Hey folks, Kilt-Man here, Kilt-Man. At your services. How are you all? Hope you're doing very, very well. Yes, I'm at the bar. Bar is always open in Kilt Mansion. And yet, I don't appear to have a drink. Because the service in here is terrible. Anyway, folks, this little video is really to highlight something which I tried to do yesterday and that didn't work, did it? I had this grand idea of doing a sort of a series of videos analysing some unsung gems of set-piece action cinema. Now, I don't mean sequences like Indiana Jones going under the truck. I don't mean the Death Star attack in Star Wars. I don't mean anything in Rambo. None of your blockbuster action movies. None of your Die Hards or Lethal Weapons. None of that stuff that everyone knows inside out. No, I wanted to kind of highlight films that are kind of gone under the radar. They're a little bit sort of like forgotten or neglected. Maybe not by some people, but they're not talked about enough. And they're innovative in their action sequences, the direction, the timing, the performances, the music, everything about them. But the idea was I was going to play you the music and then I was going to set the camera up right in front of the big screen and show you those sequences. I know there's some people out there who can put like the action sequence in a little box in the corner of the frame so you can watch it at the same time, but I can't do that. So I would set the camera up, that camera there, the one you're looking through right now, in front of the big screen, and I played these two sequences, well, the two sequences from this particular movie, and I pointed out bits, and I wasn't in the way. I was just, my hand would come in and magically point out, look at the man with the hook hand, look at the old lady looking at the camera, look at this sort of stuff. For the two sequences, and I had a wraparound video as well. I put it all together, and it finally went on at midnight last night, and I was made up with it. Yes, that's superb. And the second it went live, it got blocked worldwide. After all that. Now, I'm not bitter, there's no sour grapes here, because look, this is what happens if there's a random nature to YouTube. There's people out there who are actually monetized. I'm not monetized. I don't make any money from this at all. So when I'm playing someone's music or talking about something, showing merchandise, I get nothing from it, nothing whatsoever. And I don't deserve it either, I don't think. But there's people out there who are making money off the backs of other people's work and artists, and they get away with it. They get away with it. But mine gets blocked. I know many other people suffer the same sort of thing. The same indignation as well. And all we're doing is promoting, like in my case, I was promoting that movie and I was promoting the music from it and really bigging up the director and the actors. The film in question, folks, was the film Busting from 1974. Elliot Gould and Robert Blake play two vice coppers in seedy 70s LA trying to take down a narcotics kingpin called Rizzo, played by Andrew Garfield. And Billy Green Goldenberg does the music for it. Funky, synth, pulsating, adrenalized, awesome action cues. Peter Hyams, the great director of Outland, Sudden Death, The Relic, End of Days, 2010. It's his directorial debut. And what a thunderclass it is. It's a rip-roaring, proper, gritty, grungy, old school police thriller. But it's completely dominated by these two action set pieces. One is a foot chase, one is a chase in ambulances at the very end of the movie. Now, and I think that no one ever talks about this, and it broke new ground in filming, cinematography, timing, and the way that Peter Hyams marshals such a huge crowd of people, because three felons run from a tenement block into an all-night deli, pursued by our two grizzled, hangdog, cynical, world-weary vice coppers who love the thrill of the chase, and they pursue them in there, and everyone's cascading in chaos everywhere, and the camera in long tracking shots just is in front of most of the protagonists as they run around the camera and people come back into shot. It's incredibly well done, and I wanted to point all that out. And then I did kind of realise all along that there's a potential this might not work because of the playing someone's film, and but I thought, well, people get away with this all the time. And I've shown clips of stuff on the big screen a few times before and been alright. So I'll give it a blast. No, didn't work. Did it? No, it just didn't. And you guys warned me, didn't you? You specifically said, I wouldn't do this, Kilt-Man, if I were you. It's going to end in tears. You said that. Well, it sounded more like... Yeah, well, I knew what he meant. But I ignored him anyway. And so it got blocked. Now, then I kind of also realised that I have covered this film before. There's me saying no one ever talks about it. I've talked about it. 2 years ago, I did a video on the music of the film Busting. And I literally showcased those great action cues. And I really talked about those scenes in question with absolute descriptive powers that put you in the movie. And I'm kind of thinking, well, I've already done this. So I spent all that time yesterday concocting and editing together this big mad video for you to enjoy and to promote this movie. And really speaking, I'd already done it. So what I'm gonna do is put the link to that previous video down below. So a lot of you may not have seen that video, and many of you will not have seen the movie. But please do check that out, because it is a really innovative and influential action sequence, and Peter Hyams really put himself on the map with this. His directorial debut, and to have that kind of power over a huge cast, your principals, your bad guys, but all these people in this deli who are swarming all over the place, and the way he does it is just immaculate. And he could put it down to the fact that it was breaking brave new ground, because he didn't know what you could and what you couldn't do in the cinema. So this is what new people, new blood coming into the genre, bring to it. They may copy others, but they may have completely fresh ideas and a completely new way of looking at things. You look at movies now, action scenes like that, there'd be 1 million, maybe 2 million edits. There'd be CG, there'd be all sorts of embellishments to it. This is raw and real, and my God, it works a treat. So folks, this is just to explain why you may think, he hasn't done a video for a couple of days. Well, I was working up to this. So on a sort of a connected note, if you can think of any unsung action set piece gems from movies which are neglected, forgotten about, I mean it, none of your big stuff, none of your blockbusters, none of all that sort of thing where we know all the stuntmen and we've seen it a million times, you know, it's like Superman the movie or whatever, you know, none of that. It's got to be films which, you know what, there's a film from like the 60s which had this shootout in a bar, and it was just so well done. You know, it was new, it was fresh. It wasn't the thing you'd seen a million times before or a million times since. They did something new with it. Think about films like that have got a sequence in it. And I'm talking action sequences here. A set piece. You know the thing I mean. So, and let me know, and we'll see if we can discuss them. Obviously, it'd be nice to be able to show the scenes in question, but who knows? With the kilted powers of description, maybe I can bring it forth to you. Break the fourth wall, as it were, and put us all in the scene. I don't know. Anyway, folks, let me know. Comment below. And do check out my previous video on the film Busting, because Busting is an incredible movie. It's out on Blue in America, and there's a DVD-R of it floating around. I know, because I've actually got that DVD-R. Stupidly, one of my favourite thrillers of all time, and I haven't picked up the Blu-ray yet. Oh well. Right, in the meantime, please keep it Celtic, keep it Celtic, and I'm going to see you all later. I've got to go around the back of the camera now, because I'm shooting in super film mode, and the buttons are on the other side. So I'll just walk off, exit stage left,